Right, guys. The biblical way. Just got done
Road trip!
with a road trip. With a road trip to London, where we watched Konstantin Kisin and Destiny Debate, and Glenn Scrivener, and what's his name?
Steve something, Rationality Rules.
Rationality
better known as.
Debate. We watched them debate, and so we're just going to be talking. We're going to be in certain clips, a bit of a vlog, a bit of stuff of our journey in London, what we thought about the debates, etc., etc. So day one, we get up at 4 a.m. Getting up at 4 a.m., I pick this guy up,
Nightmare.
and we travel. What do you think?
It's fine. Just having some chat, trying to keep you awake on the road.
Yeah.
Everything took way less time than we thought it would. So by the time we parked the car, we were hours and hours, and we were supposed to be there for what, 11:30? 11:30?
Yeah.
For the opening, not for the main billing, but for the opener, which was Glenn Scrivener and Rationality Rules.
Yep.
So we had all the time in the world.
I think it was nice because it meant that there was no stress. And what was nice is by the time we actually got to the venue, we were so early that security wasn't there, but they were nice enough to let us in anyway.
Yeah, it was great. And in fact, Mr. Pangburn, Travis Pangburn, was the person who led us into the venue.
I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, we had no idea. I was wondering if he was working for the church. But and we just kind of like bummed around for a bit.
But what was nice was the fact that we were so early and they still let us in. Was it created opportunities? We spoke to Destiny and we spoke to Glenn and I spoke to Rationality Rules, but I didn't know who he was. I mainly went up there to see Glenn Scrivener, and we'll insert like photos and stuff here. And I actually got an interview with Glenn. Maybe I'll put a highlight here of what I really liked, but that is out now already on our YouTube channel if you guys want to watch my full interview with Glenn. So let's talk about the debate.
Yeah.
Glenn Scrivener and Rationality Rules.
It's pretty good.
I would even go as far to say as I thought it was very, very good. I really, really liked it. What stood out to me the most about the debate is what we've spoken about, and it's like, unless you're a Christian and have that revelation from the Holy Spirit, your knowledge of the Bible can only go so far. And you know what I'm saying? And so I really liked it. I think Glenn did a good job. What he talked about in our interview was amazing. Him talking about how he's called to be a witness. And the Greek word for witness is martyr, meaning that he's willing to martyr himself, metaphorical terms, on stage and not look impressive, as long as he's a good witness.
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, Glenn was consistently, I would say, more... He came across as more of a clear thinker compared to Rationality Rules. Rationality Rules came out with some kind of I would say, it was fairly civil, but it trotted out some of the old atheist argument.
Yeah.
And I wasn't totally in love with... He started the whole thing with an illustration. Yeah, an illustration to kind of set up the whole debate, which already is a little suspicious when you let the person you're talking to establish, the form of the entire conversation. And he said that he wanted us to, Rationality Rules wanted us to imagine a well filled with all human goodness.
Maybe we can insert the clip here.
Picture an old village, and in the center of this village is a well. And within that well is everything that makes us human. We're talking of our decency, our love, our compassion, our hope. That's all in the well, and it's all human, it's all ours. And then, once upon a time, a religious community comes along, and they take over the village, and they approach the well, and they tip something in. They tip in their doctrines, they tip in their dogma, they tip in their revelations. And then the water changes. Now, the water still quenches your thirst, it still sustains life, but now in every cup, there is something extra. Centuries pass, and then something extraordinary happens. The religious people that tip down their substance in that well, they start claiming that the water is theirs. They say that without them, there would be no water. In fact, they get so bold as to claim that it was their ancestors alone that built the well. They are the reason that the society is sustained. This is nonsense. It's a fiction. It's a lie. The well was always human. The well was always ours. As Christopher Hitchens himself put it, human decency is not derived from religion. It precedes it.
It's he was presupposing that there was something called human goodness, and then religiosity came in and then made things complicated and added nothing but ill to this pool of, and it was just such a weird way for him to frame it. And I was hoping that Glenn would hit back at that in a more direct way and talk about what an enormous presupposition it is, what an enormous assumption it is that to say that all of human goodness is self-evident, it's original, it's primeval, primordial, right? Whereas the Christian point of view would be more, the well was poisoned when we got here. And a lot of the influence of Christianity through the ages has been trying to pull the poison out of the water, slowly but surely, without breaking everything. Like So yeah, but the entire discussion was basically, I think, downstream of Steve rationality rules.
Yeah.
His illustration, like he kept arguing in line with this kind of, I think, faulty
Presupposition.
Yeah,
Definition.
yeah.
Illustration.
Yeah.
And he came and he wouldn't justify. He goes, well, as a Christian, you need to justify why slavery is wrong. And then Glenn goes, answer. And then he goes, what about you? And he goes, I don't need to give an answer. Rationality rules saying I don't need to give an answer to anything. So I thought Glenn did a great job. I thought that was great. Now we're on to the second.
Before we go on,
yeah?
I also do want to say, it seems like Glenn and Stephen, whatever, genuinely like each other. It seems like they were actually really civil. And that was actually really winsome. The discussion at times, I was a little off put by the argumentation on the atheist side of things. I think that was going to be inevitable. But I didn't come away feeling like they had just argued like toddlers, they're throwing their toys out the pram or anything like that.
Yeah.
It seemed like two adult men having a discussion that they disagreed upon. It was really civil. Yeah. And I really appreciated that. I really did.
Yeah, definitely. What you're saying. Thought it was good. I thought it was great. I think you're saying it was civil. It was an actual, I would say, a functioning debate. We'll move on to the second one though. The Constantine kissing versus Destiny. I'll start off.
Yeah, skip the first half. Nothing was gained or lost. It was, if of the two, I would say that Destiny had made some good points that were then not contested.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like Constantine Kissin wasn't really prepared to argue the points. It was a disaster, and there was squabbling, and it was painful to watch.
We nearly walked out.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
If you enjoy debate as some kind of like blood sport, like a combat sport, where it's just two guys who hate each other bickering,
you'll like it.
Oh, you'll like it. There were loads of people there who really liked it. I thought, this is a waste of my time. I can watch bum fights online and get exactly as much out of it.
Yeah, it was insufferable. It was annoying. But the second half was better. It was good. But they had to, it wasn't as fruitful because in the second half they had to make up for the first half, and go back to some of the original questions. But it was alright. The main reason for me wanting to go was to meet Glenn Scrivener. I got an interview, we're chatting, and it seems to be really going great. Building bridges, building relationship there. Like, he's even collaborated on one of my Instagram posts. Like, his editor followed me and I followed him, and we've been chatting about some editing stuff. And so for me, networking and trying to get us out there, I think it was successful.
We had some fun conversations with cool people. It was good. People who will no doubt disagree with us.
And then at the very end of the day, insert clip, we had green.
We had gyros. Yes. Because we were walking around town in a heavily, I would say, multicultural part of London. And we had no idea what to eat. We just pointed in a random direction from our hotel, walked there, and then I turned to him and I said, what do you want to eat? And I said, well, every time I go into London to visit my mate, he gets us Greek kebabs. I was like, a Greek kebab? They're called gyros. It's like, yeah, Greek kebabs. And we found, and I just Googled gyros near me, and there was a place across the street from us. a halal restaurant. Excellent place. Really sweet dudes there. The food was incredible. I'm
pretty sure they gave us free drinks as well.
Did they really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they gave us free cans.
Oh, yeah. That was really sweet.
Yeah, it was so good. And if we ever stay there again and stay in the hotel,
oh, no doubt. Back. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that was just a bit fun. Day 2, there's probably gonna be a bit more things there in the video, a bit more vlogging, because day 2 we went to Speaker's Corner. Okay.
So we were invited to go to a Catholic mass.
Yeah.
Before heading to Speaker's Corner at the London Oratory, which is a beautiful building. But I was completely smashed from the previous night. I'd slept awfully. So this guy let me sleep in. And so, and also we had some like equipment troubles. And so we just completely blew it. We did not make it to mass for a single second. No. Google Maps was freaking out.
Here we are. We're currently waiting for the train.
Yeah, we're even later for church than we were when we set off.
Hey guys, it's me.
Why?
Oh, I'll get the cinematic shot.
Cool. my best angle as well, behind the left ear. Do you want me to not look into the camera?
Do whatever the hell you want. All right, Pete, what are we doing right now?
We're trying to get to the oratory.
We're so late, we probably missed the whole mass.
The entire mass.
But hopefully we can meet up with Harry and then maybe make our way to a coffee shop and then Speaker's Corner.
Yeah, that's right.
So we were walking in the wrong direction. I have no clue if we're in shot right now.
That looks about right, doesn't it?
That does look a bit right.
A bit right.
What happened to going to the mosque?
What?
Not the mosque, what happened to going to the Catholic Mass?
We missed it completely.
We missed it.
Now we're headed to Speaker's Corner.
So we found the oratory.
Cool building.
If we made it here half an hour earlier, we would have made it to Mass. Let's change camera. Ultra wide.
After all the delays, as we were approaching Speaker's Corner, we were outside the park, and we were going up this hill, and I turned to Isaac and I said, "Man," because we could hear a demonstration or something.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the road, and we couldn't see it.
I've got a video. I don't know if we'll see it. And there's a woman running away. We're hearing like marching. We're hearing run, going. It's not safe there. Don't go there.
Yeah. And then just before we get to the end of this alleyway, I turn to Isaac and I say, "Man, this seems like a God thing. Like, as in God intended for us to be late for some reason, because so many things came up." And then the moment we got there, to the end of this alleyway and onto the main road, police were rolling out some partitioning tape, and we saw this demonstration, this celebration of a bunch of Iranians celebrating the death of the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
And at the very front of this demonstration, with hundreds of people in it, there was a dude carrying a giant wooden cross with the blue indigo whatever cloth draped over it, and it was amazing. We just got some really cool footage of this historic event.
And then literally that was right next to Hyde Park. So then we just got to Hyde Park, went to Speaker's Corner. Yeah, insert some B-roll here and stuff. But we interviewed a bunch of people. Maybe we'll put some of the interviews here, some highlights here. But all of those will go out separately on a channel as well. These interviews, I imagine.
Some famous faces, some less famous faces. I met for the first time Joel.
Yeah.
Super cool dude. I was saying to him, like, once he starts his social media presence, he'll probably take off because he has kind of like a personal brand already.
He does.
Like,
Like
he's styling.
He is styling. And it's great. Is there anything
Chad as well?
Chad, we met Chad. Zeal for Christ. That's what the
Shout
group is
out.
called. Zeal for Christ. Shout out to them. Subscribe to them. They'll be linked down
registering
below.
as a charity very soon.
Yeah, and hopefully we're gonna go up and start doing stuff more with them, like the Biblical Way and Zeal for Christ. Technically, I'm a member of Zeal for Christ.
Yo, Pete, where are we at right now?
We are at Speaker's Corner, and there is a young Bob.
We got a young Bob over
and
here.
Mr. Robinson affiliate.
Yeah.
Gentleman there. We have the venerable.
So, to show that I can answer questions that I'm making is this.
Listen. No.
What is that? You get the beginnings of the Trinity in Genesis 1.
Overall, what did you think of the London trip?
I remember saying to you that even with the bummer of Konstantin Kissin flopping in front of Destiny, gish galloping all over him, right? I felt like that was like the rough aspect with the rough of the smooth. It felt like fun.
Yeah.
It was really, we did some good work. Well, in my opinion, we did some good work. I learned a lot. I met some super cool people, and it was a good experience. It was a good experience, and I'd be happy. Look, I'm not the biggest London fan in the world.
No.
But if we can go up and meet some awesome Christians and
do evangelizing, do some debating,
and get some great conversations in with people, that would be, I wouldn't mind doing that once a month.
Yeah, once a month would be so flipping awesome.
Yeah, here's our
guys,
Patreon, so we can go to
a Patreon. So we're towards the end of the video here with the yapping. To be honest, if you made it this far of the video, comment. Zeal. Comment Zeal. If you made it to the end of the video, made it to this part. I'm not 100% sure what this video is going to look like yet. Probably a mix of vlogging, mix of us yapping about the time, all that stuff. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video as well if you want to with other people. Don't forget to look at our other podcast episodes where we try with two young people to look at the world through a biblical lens, through a biblical way. Peace.
The biblical way.